What's going on, family? It's your boy DJ Double Edge, aka Double the King, aka the Nade God. Shout out to the Noob and Dirty Milk, my nephews, for the nickname. And shout out to all y'all that's checking the video out. Salute to my guy, EA Ski, KLC, and my cousin, Prozac. Hey, man, click that like button. Make sure you subscribe and also hit that notification bell so you could check out when I do other videos. Well, today's video, I basically wanted to just touch bases on where you are in your plan. Do you have a plan? You should have a plan for what you want to do and a plan on how to do it, even if it's not so specific, but at least giving you a step-by-step area of things that you need to achieve. Because I'm living proof that having a vision is the ultimate thing. Having a vision and a plan helps you move forward and make some progress. Let me share a real quick story that most of y'all probably don't know, but I think it's necessary to share it so y'all can understand why and how I'm doing what I'm doing. First and foremost, let me give praise and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh. The reason I'm doing that is because I feel and I believe and I have faith in the fact that God gave me a vision. Back when I was actually homeless, I was a homeless veteran back in like 2004, 2003. And it was a crazy situation that I was in, but I got an opportunity to get out, and the way that I was able to get out is listening to what I believe God was telling me about my kids and my family. I always mess up the timeline of that because at one time I was homeless, but I wasn't out in the street. I was living with a friend on his couch. But then another time I was homeless and I literally was on the street. It wasn't for long. I only was there a couple of months, but that was later on. That was after this moment that God gave me a vision. I kind of lost sight of it because I had a struggle trying to get work and stuff like that. But anyway, let me say this quick story. God was giving me a vision of me being in the desert, in a desert surrounding. And when I was in the desert, I was prosperous and helping others. In the same dream, I was having visions of me being in the city life. And whenever I was in the city life, the people that I was helping was falling away from me. And it was such a weird vision that I didn't want to accept it. I didn't want to acknowledge it because it was just spooky to me spiritually. But anyway, in that vision, there was opportunities for me to make connections with different people. And when I made those connections, they were putting me in a place to be even more prosperous and gain more connections and be more prosperous. And it got bigger and bigger. And then in the end, the main thing about it was I was a landowner. I was able to help my family acquire land and a home. And I had a studio, an audio studio, and I was teaching kids about music. Now, mind you, at this point, I was homeless and I had never produced a song in my life. I was a DJ for a long time, so that was the only musical connection was DJing. And I had a 909 drum machine in storage that I used when I was DJing. Okay, fast forward. I follow my vision. I listen and pray and meditate and ask God to guide me and direct me. And he did that. In 2015, my son got married in Las Vegas. And man, that's a whole nother story about me even being invited to my son's wedding, because I had been so disconnected from everybody that I wasn't communicating with my kids. But 2015, my son got married. I came to Vegas. And while I was in Vegas, I visited a friend of mine from high school that was already living here in Vegas. Now, mind you, also, I had lived in Vegas for a little while before I was homeless. I came to Vegas hoping to find work, and the crash happened, so I had to leave when the crash happened. But this time when I came back, my friend introduced me to this young lady that ran this sports business of it was like a training business. She was training athletes. And my friend felt like, because I work with kids and because I was about being active and outdoors and stuff, she thought it would work. It would be smart for us to meet. So she introduced us. I was staying at my cousin's house while I was here. And the lady called me out of nowhere, like that Monday. The lady calls me and asked me to come to her office where the fitness thing was. And she didn't know me from Adam. She only knew me because of my friend introducing us. But anyway, she invites me over to the studio, the training facility. I get over there and I get chills immediately after she opens the door. I get chills. And as she's explaining to me what she does, I'm having these flashbacks to my vision. And my vision, in the vision, I remember I was meeting people, and she was one of the people I met. At least there was a lady that I met. I didn't know it was her, but there was a lady that I met that owned a fitness studio, and she was introduced me to all these other people. And so when she came and opened the door for me, she started explaining what she does. And then she was getting ready to give me a tour of the facility. And again, the hairs on my arm stood up. And I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. I've dreamed this vision, and I could tell you exactly what your fitness studio looked like. Like I literally knew how it was set up and what was finna happen. I was so nervous about it and tripped out that I was on my knees going, this is crazy. And she was looking at me like, what's wrong with you? And so I explained to her that when we open that door, your fitness place has like artificial turf, like a football field. To the front left, there was a basketball court. To the right side in the front, there's going to be weight training and stuff like that. And then I saw over my shoulder to the right, boxing ring. And then to the far rear right, I remember it being like a golf training, like one of them simulators where you hit the golf ball and it simulates where the ball goes and all of that. All of that I seen in my vision. So I tell her that, and she's looking at me with like, what? Like in shock. And I said, I guarantee you that's what I'm gonna see when I open that door. And she opened the door because she was like, she couldn't believe that I spoke it out like that. But when she opened the door, lo and behold, it was exactly as I said. It had the artificial turf with the football field. It had the basketball court, the fitness equipment, the boxing ring, and the golf simulator. And so I was just mind blown, and I told her that, I was so overwhelmed, like I couldn't breathe. And so she was asking me, do I need some water, and if I wanted to get outside to get some air. Now, mind you, again, in my vision, when I met this lady, she had opened the door for me, and when I walked out the door, I seen the silhouette of Las Vegas and a bunch of desert land in front of me. And so right now, when I'm flipping out from seeing the fitness center look like I said, she asked me if I needed to get some air. So she opens the door and boom, I'm looking directly out to the Las Vegas Strip, and I could see the airport, and I could see some of the skyline of Las Vegas. And I was sold out to the fact that God was doing this, and I knew I was in the right place. She tripped out. I ended up telling this story to a bunch of different people that's in my circle because they had heard me talk about my vision, and then now I was telling them that I lived out this vision. Now, fast forward. So, remember what I said. I was DJing a little bit, and I think I did a video already where I talked about I sold my DJ gear to get my studio gear. So now we're at a point now that I just signed the documents where I acquired 20 acres of land. And believe me, my vision to have the studio to train kids and to have a place where people could have the history of music, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. And I'm saying that because, as I stated before, you have to have a vision and a plan. And I'm writing down everything I can about my vision, as well as going backwards, planning backwards what things are I need to do to get to my vision plan, like the long-term vision. And I'm saying all of that because I'm hoping it inspires somebody to write down your vision. Write down what you believe you could become or what you believe you could do and accomplish. Write it down. And you might be different than me, and you might not understand the concepts of planning backwards or actually writing down step by step. But if you at least write what you see in your vision, and every day go back to that vision to plan something that's going to get you closer to that end, it's going to help you. And before you know it, God will assist you to get there. Listen, with me signing these documents and actually acquiring land, I know for a fact that there will be a Steam Dream Academy, which is the name of the studio and the training facility that I've had in my mind. And there's going to be some other things that I'm planning to do, because now I have way more land than I even imagined getting. That stuff I'm going to talk to y'all about in the future. I will give y'all more details, but today I just wanted to share. Write down your vision. Find a way to get a plan together, even if you have to ask somebody for their help. Shoot, use ChatGPT and ask it to develop a plan to get me to blah, blah, blah. Whatever it is, the vision you have. At least get a concept of what a plan is and then go from there. It's not as simple as just writing it down and it happens. You literally have to do something. You have to take action and do something to put yourself closer and closer to that final destination, that goal that you want to achieve. Because even once you achieve it, it ain't over, because you're going to have more and more visions, and you'll be able to think more and more plans out as you get closer to your first plan. So I hope this motivates somebody. I hope this encourages somebody. I'm not trying to convince you of a religious belief. I'm not trying to convince you to to do exactly what I did. I'm just trying to be an example of how my faith in my God has helped me get to where I am now, and he's going to get me to where I'm planning to go. So, one love, shout out to y'all. Appreciate you following. I hope you subscribe. Go ahead and click that like button. Share this with somebody that you believe needs some encouragement. And come back and see me, y'all. I'm going to try my best to do at least a video like this once a week. I'm getting better and better at it. And even if I make mistakes, I just do it and with the hopes that I might encourage somebody. It's your boy DJ Double Edge, and I'm out.